want to show you how we use the verb haber in the sense of the verb to be, like there is, there are, there were, okay? So, if we want to say there is or there are, we use hay, right? That single word means there is and means there are. The word hubo, right, the past tense of the verb haber, means there was or there were, okay? And habrá means there will be, or you can also say va a haber, which is like saying there is going to be, right? Note that I is a singular conjugation, right? It's singular, but it means there is and there are, right? For the singular and the plural we use it. And the word hubo, this is a conjugation in simple past for the third person of the singular, right? For it, right? Hubo. However, it is used for there was and for there were. And there is a very common mistake even among native Spanish speakers, okay? That they say, for example, there were, they would say hubieron, which is wrong, okay? You cannot say there were hubieron. You have to say hubo. Even though this is a singular conjugation, it is used for there was and for there were, okay? And for the future, as we said, habrá. So, for example, I want to ask, how many guests will there be tomorrow at the party? How many guests will there be tomorrow at the party? I would say, how many is cuántos, right? ¿Cuántos invitados habrá mañana, mañana en la fiesta? Okay? How many guests or invitees there will be tomorrow at the party? ¿Cuántos invitados habrá mañana en la fiesta? And we would reply, there will be 20 guests, right? We can say, habrá 20 invitados, okay? So, for example, now let's say, what is there in this box? What is there in this box? ¿Qué hay en esta caja, we would say. The word for what in Spanish is ¿qué? ¿Qué hay en esta caja? ¿Qué hay en esta caja? What is there in this box? Now we can say, there are many things. There are many things. The word for there are in Spanish is the same word for there is. So I can say, hay muchas cosas. Right? There are many things. We can say, for example, there are 3 pencils. Okay? For example, there are 3 pencils. Por ejemplo means for example. Por ejemplo, hay 3 lápices. For example, there are 3 pencils. Okay? Also, there is one book. Okay? Also there is one book. También hay un libro. Right? También hay un libro. Also there is one book. So I is there is and I is there are. Now let's try in the past. For example, what was there yesterday on TV? Okay? What was there yesterday on TV? In Spanish we would say ¿qué hubo ayer en televisión? Or en la televisión. ¿Qué hubo ayer en la televisión? ¿Qué hubo ayer en la televisión? Means what was there yesterday in the television. Actually, that's literally right. That means on TV. Okay? We can reply. Let me erase this. So we can say, for example, yesterday there was a very good film. Yesterday is ayer. There was is hubo. Hubo a very good film. Una película muy buena. Okay? Ayer hubo una película muy buena. Or we can say, ayer hubo solo películas malas, which that means yesterday there were only bad films. Yesterday there were only bad films. Ayer hubo solo means only. Películas muy malas. Or just malas, okay? Just malas. So, ayer hubo solo películas malas means yesterday there were only bad films, okay? Ayer hubo una película muy buena. Yesterday there was a very good film. And ayer hubo solo películas malas means yesterday there were only bad films. So you can see how hubo means there was and also there were. Okay? So we have I for there is and there are. Hubo for there was and there were. And habrá for there will be. Or we can also say the same thing like this. Va a haber, which means there is going to be. Okay? One more thing. See how the word only, right? I wrote it like this, with a tilde. Okay? The tilde is this line on top of the O. If I don't write the tilde, if I just write it like this, solo, this means alone. So, solo with a tilde means only. Solo without the tilde means alone. Okay? So I can say, there is only one book. Hay solo un libro. Now I will say, estoy solo en casa. I am alone at home. Okay? So that's the difference between solo with a tilde and solo without the tilde. There is another word for solo with a tilde, which is solamente. Solamente means the same thing as solo, okay? So you can actually choose whether to use solamente or solo. These two words mean exactly the same thing.